here again we get that word public participation. How does that look like, and what would a fair public participation look like in Kenya?
The courts have said that public participation should not just be cosmetic, it should be real. There should be notice to the public. It should be based on giving adequate information to drive the public participation.
Yeah.
The different stakeholders who have an interest should be involved in that public participation. Feedback should be received. Public participation doesn't have to mean that the government has to comply with the views of each and every Kenyan. But the government should give Kenyans an opportunity to give their views, and the government should consider their views. That is what the courts have said amounts to public participation. So depending on the process, depending on what is being done, the level and the nature of public participation will vary. But there should also always be public participation and a clear attempt to map stakeholders, engage stakeholders, receive feedback from stakeholders, consider that feedback, and then come up with a conclusion or an approach that incorporates the views of stakeholders in general.
Okay. You mentioned that sometimes it can be done cosmetically, like just on the surface. So our constitution also has that in writing, that these are the guidelines of what it should look like. Is that correct?
No, the constitution doesn't go into detail on the guidelines. It just says there should be public participation. So what has happened is that there have been cases in court where the judiciary has given guidelines on what public participation should be like, and has also recommended the parliament to pass a public participation bill or law that gives more detailed guidelines. So because that public participation law has not yet been passed right now, the only guidelines are the ones that have been provided by the judiciary, and those are the ones that the government must follow. Of course, we also know that in the case of Parliament, the standing orders also require some element of public participation. So they have talked about it, but in general, the specifics now are in the judiciary and in a future law to be enacted by Parliament.